Hello everyone, I hope you all are winding down a great weekend. I'm gonna assemble a quick invitation video to the newbie kayak fisherman. And let me quickly take you through the who, what, when, where, how, etc. So first of all, who? Who is this trip for? Now, in the past, when I've extended invitations, I kind of stated that, hey, be ready for 10-12 hours on the water and be ready to paddle like 10-15 miles. This is not going to be one of those trips. This trip is kind of geared toward the newbie, with the understanding that I don't mean like you're new to kayaking in general. This is for the person who's maybe gone out one time or maybe has done some other kind of paddling in the past, and they want to kind of expand their horizons, but maybe do it in the safety of a group setting. That's who it's for. So I'm not going to say this is for the first time brand new kayaker in general, okay? Because, you know, like if you're a newbie at hiking, that's going to be different than being a newbie at kayak fishing, because when you go hike, you're not going to get seasick. You're not going to tip your ride over and lose hundreds of dollars worth of gear or worse. So yeah, so you have to be kind of familiar with the kayaking in general, or you're kind of like an avid outdoorsman and you've done like a variety of different things. So what we're going to be doing is launching out of Redondo Beach, specifically King Harbor, which is here, and we're going to be staying within a mile of the harbor, so anywhere from like here to here to here. What kind of water could you see? Well, you can see anything from maybe 40 feet of water all the way to maybe 200 feet of water. So Google Earth will kind of mask the first, I don't know, half mile off the beach for, I guess, security, but this is the Redondo Canyon, and it does extend something like around here. So if we're fishing here, for example, we could be in 40 feet of water. If we are fishing here, you could be in 200 feet of water. So if we're talking about a range of between 40 feet of water and 200 feet of water, we could see fish like mackerel. We could possibly see some calicos, maybe some sand bass, and in deeper water like 150, 200 feet, we could conceivably pick up some rockfish. But I want to be really clear, I'm going to bust my ass to try and put you guys or girls on fish, but I am not a guide, okay? I can't guarantee that we're going to catch fish. We'll be going out on a day where it's almost a full moon, so I'm expecting the fishing to be at least fair. But again, I wouldn't bank on catching fish, but I will try my best. Okay, so when? It's going to be on a Thursday, May 27th, and what we're going to do is we're going to meet at 3:30 p.m., probably in the parking lot, and then get ready and launch by 4 p.m. And we're going to stay out maybe a couple of hours. On to where? We are going to be, as I mentioned, launching out of King Harbor. I'm going to zoom in here. And if you have not watched my video on how to launch out of King Harbor, you should probably take about 15-20 minutes and really take a look, because it could save you some grief, okay? The main point that I want to get across is you should probably not park your car along here, because you're going to just jam up traffic and we're going to upset people. I do not want to be known as the organizer of a bunch of rude, selfish people. I want to be known as the organizer of good, considerate people who are kind and look out for other kayak fishermen, as well as, you know, other recreational people who like to use the dock. So if you can, tuck your car in here, and this is the porta potty, by the way, so tuck it in here or tuck it in there. Or if you don't mind walking, you know, 50 yards, just park your car here and wheel your kayak down to the launch ramp, which is here. Now, this picture was taken when the launch ramp was taken away for repairs or maintenance or whatever, but it is back. So this is where we're going to be launching our kayaks, and then we'll be paddling out. Okay. And this is the mouth of the harbor. And as I mentioned, we're going to be hanging out probably around here. Okay, on to how many people can I host or can I take? I like to keep the party small, so I want to maybe take 2 people out. I'm not sure what the response is going to be for a Thursday, afternoon. But I like to keep the group small so that I can kind of watch after everyone in terms of safety and fishing efficacy. So if you're interested in going, what you can do is comment on the video with 3 random numbers, okay? And what we will do is when the stock market closes on Tuesday, okay, so like for example on Friday the Dow closed at 34,207.84. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 numbers that most closely match the last 3 digits of the Dow, and that's how we're going to choose. And I want to make it like people I have not taken out before, because I do want to introduce new people to the sport as well. In terms of safety, of course, when I'm dealing with new people, safety is of paramount importance. And so I'm going to do a little forecasting here. So on Thursday, for example, the 27th, I'm going to go to the basic view. And so the wind is going to be manageable. Okay, so it's going to peak out at 9 miles per hour at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., which is when we're going to be on the water. But you can expect the wind to gust up to, 17, 18 miles per hour. I would kind of characterize that as good. It's not ideal, but it's good enough, right? Like you should go expecting the wind to gust up to 15, 16. That's just part of reality. If I go to the waves, again, these numbers are going to be good, maybe not ideal, but good. Okay, so we can expect swells 2 to 3 foot, which is a really good number. The issue is the intervals. Okay, look at the intervals, 5, 6 seconds, and the interval is the number of seconds in between the swells, the bumps. So the swells are going to be very, very manageable, but it's going to be a little bit of a bumpy ride. But again, I would characterize these numbers as good. And then finally, gear. As I mentioned, we can be fishing anywhere from 40 feet of water to 200 feet of water. So probably if I had to choose one rig, and I'm assuming you're gonna fish bait because the chances of you catching fish are probably best with bait. The easiest and most effective rig, I think, for kind of like the new person is the double dropper loop rig, and there are a gazillion videos on YouTube on how to tie that up. So double dropper loop rig, I would probably bring 1/0 circle hooks. Circle hooks mean you don't have to swing on the fish. They kind of hook themselves if you are patient, okay? In terms of torpedo sinker size, if I had to choose 2, I would probably bring maybe a few 3 ounces along with a few 8 ounces. So 3 ounces will cover anywhere from like 40 to 80 feet, and then anything deeper than that you can probably address with 8-ounce torpedo sinkers. If you have any questions regarding gear, drop a comment. Because my channel is small, I do a pretty good job of responding to just about every comment, so do leave a comment. And there it is, right? So if you're interested in attending, again, comment down below with basically 3 random numbers and your chances are going to be as good as anyone's. Okay, hope to see you guys out there, and until then, have a great week.